Hey everybody, Arizona Kid here. What do we got going on today? We're going to do a 12 volt installation on a Rancher 2020 Honda. Let's get you flipped around and get started. So here we go. Let's talk about part numbers really fast. So this is the two things you're going to need. So this is the part number for the socket. So that's literally the 12 volt. That's the part number for it. Show again, I guess, so you guys can see that. And then this is the pigtail. It's just the plug that plugs into the bike, and then this end plugs into the socket. Now, it also has these two blue wires, two extra wires. One is for if you install a winch, and one is if you install a grip warmers. It comes already pre-wired out for you, so you don't have to tap into nothing. Kind of nice. So this is the second one I've installed. So let's kind of get over to the bike here. So what are we going to do to it? We're going to take off this top rack to take off this whole front top plastic piece here. So the plastic piece comes, it's all part of this. It all comes all the way over to here, all the way to here, and it goes to like right here. It like separates. So you have to take this top rack off to get to that, to get this piece off, because this is where we need to cut a hole right here for that socket. So what's the first thing we're going to do? Well, I'm going to take off the seat here, and we need to take off all this guard right here so it's not in the way for right here. So let's that's probably the quickest, easiest part. That'd be the part you take off when you do an oil change. So let's get started on that. I'm gonna try to set you guys up here on a tripod. So bear with me. So there, I got you guys set up. I'm sorry, this is kind of a new way for me to do it. I usually use my little tripod. I'm trying to use the bigger one now. I just want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing over here. So this just has a few clips on it. I think I've set it in my oil change video. They just pull out and pop off. Pretty simple to do. But yeah, so that's it with that. So set that off to the side. So now let me move you guys over here. So now what we're gonna do, like I said, is gonna take off these bolts here, and there's gonna be a bolt underneath here. You know, this is going to be kind of difficult, so you guys bear with me on this here. I'll put this back when I start doing it, but I want you guys to see everything, so I'm gonna have to keep taking the camera on and off to show you. So we're gonna take this off here, these bolts off right here, and then you go underneath right here. I don't know if you guys can see that there's a bolt right here, so it goes to right there. There's one on each side of that, and then right here, and that goes up to this arm right here. So you need to take all those off, and I'll put the camera back up here, and hopefully you guys can watch me doing that. So okay, here we go. So you're gonna need a 10, a 12. And for back here, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So yeah, back on this one, you're gonna need, underneath the bike, you're gonna need a 12 for that one, and the little one here was a 10. So 10 out here, no, sorry, I'm getting confused here. 12 here, 12 here, and a 10 there. So I just use a crescent wrench to hold the other side of it. People might have a different name for it than I do. And I guess you don't want to tighten it up. Get that loosened up. So, take you guys down here. So, that's what I'm talking about. Right here. Sorry, let me show. So this is the one you want to take off. And don't drop stuff like I do. Trying to make this as real as possible because I don't want you guys to see a whole bunch of editing. I think it's better to kind of see everything that happens when you're doing this stuff. But it might make this video super long, unfortunately. So yeah. You know what I need to do probably? See, I got this big old tripod going here. I probably should grab my little tripod. And I'm back again. So yeah, I went and got my little tripod that I can kind of set down like that. There we go. But so this video, like I said, it might be real long, guys, because I'm just trying to do these videos more showing everything I'm doing, because I feel like you don't get the realism of it if you're editing it and blocking out all the little mishaps and all that. So there's that one. So like I said, up here, let me see if I can spin that. Where are you at there, turkey? There it is. Oh. Okay, tripod malfunction. So see that one right there? That is the 10. So now I will probably stop it when I go to the other side instead of showing you guys me doing both sides. Because that would be kind of, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't matter if you saw me do both sides, but this is the same thing on the other side, same two. Now look at this one. See how that's different? So that's the one that goes right here. It's different than the one that goes back to that right there. So you can't get them confused that way. So yeah, let's bring it around to the other side. And this is all what we're doing now, is just taking that front rack off. That's all we're doing. You just got to get this top rack off to get to everything else. You know, I'm starting to think I might need an extension. Let me grab an extension real quick. Just a short extension. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you guys down here all alone. Just kidding. But yeah, it gives me better leverage. Not leverage, I should say, it just gives me more room. So. And then we're back to the one that's up there. And that's, I already changed it. This is the 10, the other one was a 12. Too bad they weren't the same, you know, that'd make it nice, right? Oh well. Can't always be easy. So those are taken off. So let's go back to the top here that you guys were watching. And have to take those off to take the wrap thing off. So let me get you, I wonder if I can just stick this one on top of this. Then it makes it easier to grab you. Maybe not. If you guys are watching this video, thank you so much for putting up with all this. There we go. So you guys can see that. Still filming. So let's take these off. That came out pretty easy. I did this on another quad, and man, they didn't come out that easy. So glad to see it's coming out easy on this one. So it's just like a bolt and a nut. I'm just putting it back together so I don't lose it. So you guys can see that. Oh, I'm losing everything anyways. There we go. So that should be it. This should come off. Let's see if it comes off. Yep. And there's the rack. So set that off to the side. And now, as you guys can see, we're going to want to take this off. You got to take the gas cap. Can you guys even see that? Yeah, you guys can see it. I'm sorry, I didn't know we could see that, so I went back to see. So we're going to take the gas cap off, but I'm not going to take it all off because this is going to slide up over the gas cap. I'm going to kind of keep it sitting there so we don't drop anything in it. So all these rivets, there we go, rivets, we need to take off. Now there is a little tool you can use to take off. I don't have that little tool. If you have it, then that's awesome. Use it. But I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm gonna do. Yeah, looking at it, it looks like you can. These I just take the screwdriver and work them up and pop it out. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 of them. One over in the front, so 10 altogether. So let me get to it real quick. More time consuming than hard, guys. More time consuming than hard. If you guys are watching this and you have questions, I mean, I'm always good about answering any questions about my videos. I'm not perfect, so if there's ever anything I'm doing, you're going, well, heck, how did he do this? Shoot me a message. If I don't get back to it really quick, I'll get back to it eventually, I promise. I get back to you eventually. So I think if you had that little rivet puller tool, it'd be faster than I'm going, even though I think I'm pretty fast about it. But I think that rivet thing goes way faster, so I still got like a handful of this. I'm gonna go put them down. So, like I said, that was these 8. There's one over here in the front. And I know I'm not showing you that, but when you're doing it, you're gonna definitely see it. You won't miss it. There's one on either side in the front. So let me see if you can see. No, let me walk you over here so you can at least see one of them. So right here. So this one right here, it's the same on the other side. So that's it for the rivets. So I remember when I did it before, Let's move you over here. When I did it before, inside here, this is where, yeah, so let me get this off so we can get closer here. So right here, this is the cap for the coolant's in the way there. But this wire right here is connected to this plastic thing. If you want to right now, you just pinch those together, the prongs. If you have some needle nose or a screwdriver or something, and get those prongs bent in there so you can get this out of the way now, because you don't want to pull up on that, that's going to be connected to it. So all I do, take a screwdriver, start pressing down, and it pushed right down there. So now you see that? It's out. And right here, you pull this over the top of it, like that, and get it off. So now that's not on this black cover. So now this should just pull. Let me get you guys back over here so you can kind of see me pull it off. That thing should just pull right off. I hope. You guys like that? I hope it pulls right off. Okay guys, I'm sorry. I keep hitting like buttons and I make the camera stop, so I don't mean to be doing that. So I just said I hope that pulls off, but I wanted to get it backwards so you guys could see me pulling it off the bike. So once again, your gas cap, remember that? It's loose. I left it on there so nothing fell in there. Take your gas cap off now, and this whole thing should just pull right up off the bike. So the only place you're gonna have trouble, and I hope you guys can see that, is over here. Let me see if you can see that, where I'm talking about. Yeah, you can see that. So right here is where you're gonna have to be careful and kind of like bend it a little bit as you're pulling it up to get it to go underneath this bar. But I don't think it's worth taking this whole front bar off to get it out. It'll work its way out of there. You just have to go slow, because what happens is everything else just hangs up on each other. That's what happens on it. But it's all loosened already, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So it's just about getting it out. And don't go fast, just go slow, work it out, see it just pops right out. And there you go, you got your big piece out. So, and the reason you have this out, like I said, is it's all dirty underneath here. This is what you're gonna be drilling into for the 12 volt. So that's pretty it about taking this off. So, let me get something set up where we can be watching what we're doing with that. So this camping table is getting used a lot lately. Sorry, I'm not more prepared. I do apologize. So now we got this table set up right here. We'll take this piece here, because this is what we're gonna be, hope you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can see that. That's what we're gonna be cutting into. Now I did go buy a 1 3/8 circle thing here to cut into it, and that's what we're going to be using. So, and then I know what I forgot to get some chalk, so I bet you I'm going to have to go find some chalk. You guys are going, why does he need chalk? Well, I'll explain that in a minute. So I'm going to get my drill. Let's go in reverse. Drill handy here. And I'm going to get a very big drill bit. And I'll explain that in a minute. So this piece here, this is what's going to go on the outside of it right here. Okay? I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's just going to go on the outside of it. So has like a little lip right here that needs to go inside the hole, and it's got these two little holes here. But it's usually, I don't know if that can, I think that comes out in the camera. Let me get it close enough here. Yeah, you can kind of see it. You see how it has like, it almost gives you the shape of it right here? So I'm gonna put a big hole right here in the middle because I want to be able to line this up better. Now I can't take this drill bit out if I want right here, but I figure I'm just gonna put a bigger hole into it so that drill bit, I can kind of get this lined up to make the circle best, which I think you'll understand when we get started. So let's get started. Once again, guys, I do apologize this video is long. You can always just like tap it forward to get to the points if you want to see it, if you know how to do everything else. I just don't want to skip anything. I want to show everything I'm doing. So I could have punched this too, like put a little center punch to make sure this doesn't slip, but plastic usually doesn't slip that much. And I probably shouldn't have said that because it just slipped. So there it goes. Hope you guys can see that. I think my arm's in the way, but I gotta hold it. I'm sorry. So I just did that hole like that. So let me show you what I meant by that hole now. So that makes it where I can put this and line it up to where I want it. So, yeah. A little bit higher, I guess. Great thing is, but the last one I didn't use one of these. I just chiseled it out with my guess that'll work. Yep. I chiseled it out anyways with my, yeah, it should work. I just chiseled it out by hand. I didn't use one of these fancy little circle dingy majiggers. So let's get this party started. I sure hope you guys can see what I'm doing, because yeah, I think you guys can. I just sure I'm blocking a lot of it. So you know, even okay, well, I'm going to hit pause for a minute because I think I need some of my old man glasses. Be right back. Okay, here we go. So yeah, so I had to go get my old man glasses. You guys can probably see me now. I'd rather not mess up, so. Yeah, boy, this is gonna be interesting. Maybe that hole was meant for something. Yeah, I might have to do it by hand because I think that's going to scratch it all up. Huh. Wish I would have known that. Yeah. So guys, I'm starting to think why it makes you want to make that little middle hole is to hold it in place. Because this thing doesn't want to stay in place now. So I probably completely should have done that. I probably should have started with the little hole and drilled into it, and then it would have held it in place for me to drill the rest. So I kind of just like ruined that whole idea now by doing that. So someone's probably watching this going, you could do this, you could do that. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, it just doesn't want to stay in place to make that round cut. Wow, that sure ain't gonna look pretty anymore. Whenever that cover, I'll cover that. Let me see. Yeah, I guess it'd cover all those scrapes, but wow, what a bummer. Okay guys, so just keep going at it, but it looks like it started working. So just be patient with it. So made the hole there. And then you have your piece here. This is the piece that you want to make sure goes in that hole, which is going to go in that hole. So you guys can see that right there with no problem. So shows you in the back here. So the biggest thing is, see these two little prongs on the back? Okay everyone, so my wife just interrupted and that's why that kind of stopped like that and we're jumping over here. But I'm glad it did happen when my wife called, because I looked back at the video and you guys couldn't see anything I was showing you there, which is funny. So, well, not funny, it's not good, right? What's the point of this? So you see there's the hole. This is the piece that fits into there, like so. Now there's these two little prongs underneath here. You see those two little things? So what do I do to do that? Let's see if I can get this on camera and show you what I do. Like I said, I did a video of this a long time ago and I took it off for probably dumb reasons, but let me see if I can get this on video what I'm doing here. So I just take a piece of chalk here and I'm gonna mark the back of these prongs with some chalk. Now, I usually use welding chalk, but I couldn't find any. So I went and stole the kids' chalk. And you're just gonna wanna press that where it would go. And you can see the two marks for where they're at. And that's what we're gonna drill out. So I have a 7x32 drill bit, and that's what we're gonna use on it. Once again, I'm gonna probably put you guys up here where you can see better, but hopefully you guys can see it better. But I need to hold this with my hands because I don't want to slip a whole bunch making those holes. You guys can see me do that, and that makes this sure I got that. Let me get the camera because like I said, I don't want you guys not to see it. So that made that cover go right on there. Those little prongs went right into that hole. It's perfect fit there. So now that we got that done, I mean, let me kind of see if we can show you from the back side. So see, that's the, you can see the chalk prongs, they're through. So hope that's helping, guys. So let's get the parts here. So here, get this drill out of the way. We don't need that no more, anymore, however we want to say it. So this right here, you're just going to twist this off. This is the nut on the back. You're just going to twist that off on it. So now this piece, so on the back of here, see how it has two little holes on it right there? Those are going to go into those same little prongs that are underneath here, on here. So you see that, guys? You just push this. Hopefully I get, yep, it's right into there. Sets right in there like a glove. And you're gonna take your socket and come out from underneath here. You'll see it come up. Now I think there's actually, yes there is. So right here, so you see this groove right here? Right here? See that little groove? Let's turn it sideways a little bit. Light's kind of bad, but there you go, that's probably better. See that little groove there? That does have a groove on this. That's where it goes. So make sure it lines up with that groove when you're sticking this in. And you'll know because it'll go, sorry, I kind of lifted it up there. It'll go flush. You'll know if you hit it or didn't hit it, which it's taken me a minute to try to do it from upside to see there once. So now it's flush. You know it's flat on there. Take your nut, twist your nut down nice and tight. I will probably get a wrench to tighten that up more. You gotta be careful not to go too tight, guys, because you will strip it. So just keep that in mind. Go snug, but don't go crazy tight with it. Okay, because you don't want to, it's just plastic, remember that. You know, you don't want to strip it out, but you also don't want it not tight enough to not vibrate loose or something, you know? So like I said, I barely even turned that any. Well, I can still turn it with my hand. So if you still turn it with your hand, you probably can turn it a little bit more. But there we go, that feels tight. So you just don't want to strip it because that'll mess it all up for sure. So that's on there really good and tight. I can't even back it off now with my fingers. So now what do we do? Well, there's two ways to go about this. We could put that pigtail on there right now. It's probably be good because you'll be able to see it. You won't be able to see me put the pigtail on it when we put it back on. So here's the pigtail, like I told you guys. Let's get that opened up. Guess I can show you me open it up and rip it open. Get that pigtail out. So not the red end, but the black plug. And these ones, you're not going to use them right now. The two blue, leave them alone. So the black end, and this just literally, guys, it's got the same kind of, make sure I'm getting a camera. It's got the same kind of grooves right here. You're going to see that, and it's just going to snap right in. Click, piece of cake, all done. So we're going to go in reverse to what we're doing here. So I might just leave this table here. Oh, maybe not. Table's in my way. Sorry for that vibration, guys. Let's move this table out of the way because we're going to come back. See, the other red plug goes right here. So it's going to fish underneath here. But I've learned it's easier just to get it up on top of here and then plug it in and maybe get it actually underneath underneath this right here. That was the hardest part to take off. And at least you got it there. So let me get you guys back on the stand here. So sorry, there's a car or something. I was seeing what they were doing. Always got people in my neighborhood doing weird stuff. Well, they're probably thinking I'm the weird one making a video. Who knows? So you guys see that there? Let me zoom and get a little bit closer. Starting to get darker, so my light's getting kind of bad, but we're gonna want to put this at least back in here. And it's just gonna kind of slide right on down in it like that. Hopefully you guys saw that. Yeah, just like slid right down. And you're gonna work your way back down here. I don't like to have that that gas cap open very long. Looks like I'm gonna drop something in it. I don't want to drop anything in it. So, you know what I did tell you guys, or I didn't do? So guys, this wiring right here, I hope you guys can see that. Let me see if you can see what I'm doing. You guys see what I'm doing? That wiring right there, if you want to bunch it together with a zip tie, do that, or some tape. Just get it where it's not going to be all hanging underneath there. So I'm going to do that real quick. I don't have a zip tie with me real handy, but I do have some electrical tape. So let me bend this up a little so you guys see what I'm doing. I hope this is filming. I don't want any lost footage on this one, so I'm just gonna take those wires and tape them together just because I don't want them, like I said, bouncing around in there. It's the wires for that I said for the winch, or for the anyways, for the winch or for the grip warmers or whatever. So doop, doop, doop. So there, so that's done. So let's get this slid back into place. Make sure the camera's focusing on everything we're doing here. So yeah, so there's the end of the plug just coming out from underneath there. And like I said, that gas cap, hope you guys can see that. Let's put the gas cap on just because we don't want anything to fall in there. That'd be a real no gas. Don't drop stuff in the gas tank. So all right, so you guys are seeing that red plug there, right? Let me get you closer here. Probably was pretty close where you guys were. Guess I can zoom in, didn't think of that. Zoom in. So yeah, so that red plug right there, that's gonna be our next thing to work on here. So it just has a clip back here on the back of it. I'm just gonna pop that out. So there it is like that. This big cover, this is just a cover. See how this is, see how they're gonna intertwine with one another? Hopefully you guys can see that. You know, let me see here. Yeah, you guys can see that. So these are just gonna intertwine with one another here. So, well, they're gonna replace each other. I shouldn't say intertwine. And big question now is for me to remember how this comes out, right? Eh? Get her to slide on out here. Make it sound all easy, but look at that again. Maybe that goes down. Maybe that goes down. Look at this one, that might help. That needs to go down. So I don't know if you guys saw what I just did there. All I did was look at the new one where there's and that made me know that that is what's holding it in there to get the old one out. So sometimes just looking at that will help you figure out how to get the other one to come out, hopefully. So there you go, pops right off, just a cover on it. Then you're gonna take this one and you're gonna pop it right in. And then hopefully you guys can still see this. Let me see, now I keep getting in the light. So, gosh, I'm really making all, so, and this just pops right back. Make sure you guys are seeing that. Let me get this camera. So, yeah, so then this just, once this is plugged, this goes back into that. Here, click, and that's it. And that wire was already taped up underneath there, like I said. Now, let's go for, well, not for a walk. I need to go get my air compressor. Before we go put all the rivets back on, let's see if it works. So let me pause it, let me go get an air compressor. All right, so I'm back. So let's put you guys back up here, I guess. You guys are probably going, man, does this guy make up his mind? Just a joking. Just want you guys to be able to see the best you can see. So let's get this up here. Zoom back out. There we go. So now that I got that there, so I went and got my 12 volt battery thing. So I'm pretty sure I know, because that's the whole point of plugging that into there like that. It makes sure this only comes on when your key's on. So let's turn the key on. So make sure you turn your key on, because you don't turn your key on and then you go to try it going, oh, it doesn't work, it's broke. Well, no, you have to have the key on. So let's plug it in. Oh, see, we got a light on it, so we know it's working. Yeah, the 12 volt works. So, and I was just saying to do that, guys, because you don't want to put this all back together and spend all that time putting all these rivets back on and clicking everything back together, and then have the thing not work, right? So let's get to putting her back together. So once again, don't forget about this wire. Remember the wire that was down here on it? I don't know if you guys remember that, but there's a wire right here. Pull that back up, push it back onto it, push it back into the little hole that it was on. There we go. Don't forget about that wire. So that's already on. So now everything is just push all the rivets in. We're gonna put this cap back on. We don't need this cap off anymore. Put the cap back on, pick up all this stuff. Go grab the handful of rivets. Does anybody remember how many there were? There's 10, if you forgot already. So I'm hoping you guys, let me see the camera, make sure yeah, you guys can see everything I'm doing. So remember the 2 up here? I'm gonna put one up here first. Just push it in there, pop it in. This is the fun part, easy, quick part. Just pop right in, put all your rivets back on. I think it probably took me longer to talk about it than it does to do it. Guys, I really do believe this isn't a very hard job. I mean, I don't know what I'd say like on a skill level. I was rating it from 1 to 10. I mean, and 10 being the hardest, I might put it at like a 6 or something. It's not super hard. Just take your time, go slow. Don't gotta go fast. There's no speed contest to see, you know. Spin around here. I like to push up on these to make sure they're going all the way through. Yep. Oh, don't push down before you push it all the way through, because then you're locking it before it goes in there. There we go. There we go. So that's on there. You know, even with this being on here, you know I haven't I did doing this a little bit afterwards. I'm gonna put this big old shield back on, so let me get you guys kind of turned around there so you can see what's going on there. Let's get that thing back on, because I want that all together so when we get it done, we can get going really fast. All that's left is that top bracket on it. That doesn't take long at all. Honestly, it really doesn't take that long. So, like I said, just go slow, take your time. It's not a super big race. I will say though, the darker it gets, the harder it is. When you're running out of light, it's no fun. Yes, I can't even see what I'm doing down here. There it goes. We used to always just say operator malfunction. I don't know if anybody else says that, but that's what we used to say, operator malfunction. I'm the operator and I'm malfunction. And what you guys are probably wondering what's taking me so long, it's just lining up these little push things that go into here. That's all it is. It's probably the hardest part is just making sure they line up. It's not hard to push them in, it's just that they're not lined up, they don't push in correctly. So, but once you get them lined up, that's it. So, that's back on, put the seat back on. Let's get you guys spun back over here. That you saw me take all that time. And then we're gonna put the rack back on. So. Now you guys remember, I took these bolts out first and these bolts out last. So let me see if you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let me spin you a little bit more that way. So put these ones back in first, even though since they're the last ones you took out. And that just makes sure, and don't crank on these ones yet. Just put them on there. Don't crank on them and tighten them up yet. Go down and do your other ones before you crank down on these, just so you guys know that. So I know I'm not showing you guys me doing that this time because it's all dark under here anyways, you only see, but probably just jumped ahead on this part here so you guys don't have to sit here and wait for me to get these all tightened up. Alrighty, now that we got those, my camera's falling off, sorry. So we got those 4 bolts, like I said, the one here, the one over there, those are all done on both sides. So make sure you guys can still see what I'm doing. So now you're gonna take your 12, like we did earlier, take your crescent right here, and you're gonna, I don't want this extension. You're gonna crank on these. And this is the last thing you're tightening up. Like I said, it's the last thing you take off. It's the first thing you put on, but it's also the last thing you tighten down on. You guys, I'm sure, understand what I'm trying to say. If you don't, then I apologize. Go. This is done. So that's it, guys. That's how you do a 12 volt outlet on a 2020 Rancher. So nice new outlet on it. And guys, it was about 50 bucks. We can round up and say about 50 or 60 bucks for both parts. And if you guys didn't get the part numbers at the beginning, let's do that again real quick. So that is for the socket. And then this was for the pigtail. So you guys get you flipped around here. So thanks everybody for watching. I forgot to tell you guys all. You guys, I don't know if you can see my shirt. You know, my survival. Can you guys see that? Bushcraft and beer. It's, oh man, there's a YouTube guy out there, Josh Gammon. I'll drop this thing in probably like right now. So now you guys have seen that. You guys got to go check out his merchandise. His wife designed this shirt. I mean, it's some nice quality cotton t-shirt too, you know. I don't know, it's probably showing it's backwards because how I have the camera flipped around, but it says my survival, I'm having trouble even reading it. Depends, sorry, there it goes. My survival depends on bushcraft and beer. And it doesn't matter what beer, it can be root beer. I'm a root beer fan, guys. I love root beer, I drink it all the time. I might dip a little whiskey in it from time to time, but I like root beer. Yes, sir, I do. Root beer, yes. Anyways, Josh Gammon, go check out his shirts, man. I mean, I think it fits really good. I mean, it's a nice shirt. And I like the company. I don't want to say the company's name, but you'll see it when you go look at his merchandise. They literally make the shirts one by one for you. Sorry, I had to look at that shirt again. They make the shirts for you, so it's really nice that it just comes, and it's not like all these shirts just sitting in a pile of t-shirts getting all stinky. They literally make it when you call and order it. So it's really a nice company he's going through to make you shirts. So guys, please go check it out. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope it helps you guys, you know, because Ranchers don't come with a 12 volt. And for 50 bucks, even if you went around up to say 60 bucks, that's very inexpensive and very easy to put a 12 volt on your Rancher. So, and it, like I said, also gives you those two pigtails later for your winch and for grip warmers if you want to do that. So pretty good deal. Anyways, keep the powder dry, and I'll see you guys next time on trail. Thanks for watching. Arizona Kid out.